Hi guys, Korean movie recapped here. Warning, spoilers ahead. Today, I'm going to recap a Korean thriller movie released in 2017, called The Chase. After several people in his town turn up dead, a cantankerous landlord receives a visit from a detective hoping to solve a murder case that went cold 30 years ago. What surprise awaits them? The story starts in a poor neighborhood in a quiet small town. Mr. Shim is a landlord that owns an apartment building and a few other properties. He is a cranky old man famous around his neighborhood as a man who only cares about money. Every day he goes around the town to collect rent from his tenant and maintain his property. Today he starts his day by collecting rent from Mr. Choi, an elderly tenant that has lived in his property for a long time. Two social workers who routinely visit Mr. Choi to check on his welfare are inside with him. Mr. Shim goes straight to the point and asks Mr. Choi to pay the rent he hasn't paid even though he has already lowered the rent for him. But Mr. Choi asks for more time because he has back pain which prevents him from working in his truck. Mr. Shim tells him to sell the truck instead to pay for the rent. His sharp tongue makes one of the social workers irritated and asks Mr. Shim to not push Mr. Choi too hard because of his condition. Mr. Shim then asks her to pay for Mr. Choi instead if she cares so much about it, which baffles her. Mr. Shim doesn't care how, but he will get back there soon to collect the rent. He then rides his trusty scooter and drives through the small neighborhood street to the next location. On the way, he sees a large crowd is gathering around a bridge. It turns out that a body was found in the river below the bridge. The police ruled it out as an accident as the elderly man who was found dead is a known town drunkard. He checks the scene and sees Kim, one of his tenants, passing by the streets. He reminds her to pay the following rent on time because she often pays it late. He then gets a call from one of his clients. Besides owning several properties, Mr. Shim also works as a locksmith. He goes to the client and duplicates the client's room key as he requested. The next property he is heading to is a small coffee and toast shop on the side of a street. The store is run by Ms. Min, a lovely middle-aged woman that Mr. Shim is slightly attracted to. It is her first month renting the shop from Mr. Shim. As he eats a sandwich there, a famous local doctor visits the shop to buy a sandwich for him and his paralyzed wife. Ms. Min is amazed by the dedication of the doctor to taking care of the paralyzed wife. But Mr. Shim's sharp tongue instinctively pity the husband. Suddenly, he gets a call from Lee, the local police officer. He is asked to help the police open a locked door because a lonely elderly man is found dead and rotting in his house. Is it really a natural death? There is no suspicious evidence that says otherwise, but it sure makes Mr. Shim worried. At night, Mr. Shim goes back to Mr. Choi's apartment. The recent event makes him worried about Mr. Choi. When he gets to the apartment, he sees the door is open with a busted knob. The lights inside are all on, but he can't find Mr. Choi inside. Suddenly Mr. Choi appears, which makes Mr. Shim glad. He invites Mr. Shim to eat dinner with him, and as expected, he gets scolded by Mr. Shim for having such a feast instead of paying the rent. It turns out that Mr. Choi is expecting a detective to visit him, his ex-co-worker. It's the first time Mr. Shim has heard that Mr. Choi is an ex-detective. The recent accident reminds him of an old unsolved case back in his day. Elderly men were found dead, followed by a missing or dead young girl. Mr. Choi knew the two deceased elderly that were found dead today. They routinely meet at the church for a free meal every Wednesday and Thursday. But they were not seen on Thursday last week, making him think they were killed last week on Wednesday night. Coincidentally, today is also Wednesday. Mr. Shim laughs it out. Meanwhile, Kim is walking on the empty street back to her apartment. It seems like someone is observing her from afar. When she gets back to the apartment, someone ambushes her. Fortunately, it turns out to be her friend that illegally squats there. The night is late, Mr. Shim heads back to his room. He sees that Mr. Choi's door is damaged and can't be closed. He tells Mr. Choi that he will fix it tomorrow morning. Mr. Choi smiles at him as Mr. Shim walks away. On the way to his room, he hears Kim is talking to someone inside her apartment. Mr. Shim is about to warn her about her rent and the illegal squatter. He hears from outside the door that she has already sent all her money to her poor family, so she can't pay the rent. Hearing this, he gives up the idea and goes straight to his room. On the following day, he meets Kim as she is about to leave for work. As usual, he scolds her about the rent and warns her about the illegal squatter. He then goes to Mr. Choi's room to fix the door. After fixing it, he goes inside. To his surprise, he finds him already dead with a rope around his neck. Someone strangles him when he is about to close the broken door last night. The social service workers that routinely visit him come and also become shocked by the scene they see. When the police come, the social worker tells the police that Mr. Shim keeps pushing Mr. Choi to pay his rent. She indirectly says that Mr. Choi is dead because of him. It angers Mr. Shim as he walks away. The news about the dead tenant quickly spread. Restaurants around his neighborhood deny service to him. He goes to Ms. Mean's shop, but it's closed on Thursday. He gets back to his room and sits quietly in his kitchen. On the next day, Kim approaches him to tell him that she will move out soon because of her situation. Mr. Shim asks her if she also thinks that he killed Mr. Choi. But Kim doesn't believe that Mr. Shim is a bad person. Despite his harsh words, he never kicks out tenants even if they pay rent late. Mr. Choi would also think the same way. As Kim walks away, those words touch Mr. Shim, and he decides to investigate Mr. Choi's room. Inside the room, he finds the photo of Mr. Choi's son and granddaughter. Suddenly, a man tackles him from behind. That eccentric-looking man asks where Mr. Choi is, then headbutts Mr. Shim. Mr. Shim tells him that Mr. Choi hanged himself, which doesn't seem right according to that man. He rummages through the room and finds a flight ticket to the USA, the country where his son's family lives. The son sends him the ticket so they can meet for the first time in 20 years, so that man believes that Mr. Choi will not kill himself. It is a murder case. Mr. Shim still is not convinced by it. At night, Kim just gets home from her work. She sees her friend passed out in the toilet, possibly from drinking too much. She tries to talk to her, but she doesn't respond. When Kim tries to move her, she sees a pool of blood under her dead friend. Shocked by it, she slowly backs away and reaches for her phone. But the killer is still hiding in the room and gets her. Mr. Shim's room is right below Kim's room, so he hears the commotion from his bed but ignores it, then goes back to sleep. In the morning, Mr. Shim goes to Ms. Mean's shop to have breakfast. He meets with the eccentric man again. It turns out that his name is Park, an ex-detective who is also Mr. Choi's ex-partner. As they have their breakfast, they continue to discuss the current situation resembling the unsolved case 30 years ago. 3 elderly men have been found dead so far. If it's the same perpetrator, the next victim would be a young woman. Park asks Mr. Shim if he knows a possible victim. He remembers a strange sound from Kim's room last night but keeps quiet about it since he is unsure. Mr. Shin then leaves Park and quickly goes to room 205 to check on Kim. Once he gets to the apartment building, he sees a suspicious man trying to get into Kim's room. The suspicious man runs away, so Mr. Shin chases him on his trusty scooter but is forced to run on foot later. Unfortunately, the suspicious man manages to strike Mr. Shim with a wooden stick, making him unconscious. When he regains consciousness, he finds himself surrounded by a gang of local hoodlums. They recognize Mr. Shim and bully him. Fortunately, Mr. Shim sees Park walking nearby and asks for help. He single-handedly beats and humiliates those teens, then interrogates the suspicious man. It turns out that he is Kim's friend's boyfriend. He tries to break into the room because his girlfriend doesn't reply to his call, so does Kim. Sensing something wrong, Mr. Shin and Park then go back to check room 205. Park notices a pool of blood dripping from the refrigerator inside the room, which makes Mr. Shim slip. They find Kim's friend's head inside it, but they can't find any trace of Kim. Park forbids Mr. Shim to call the police because if Kim is still alive, that would be like killing her. Confused by the situation, Mr. Shim runs back to his room to change his bloody clothes. Park follows him and suggests working together to solve the case. They start by checking Mr. Choi's truck, which turns out to be filled with the old case file. Long after retiring, Mr. Choi still tries to solve the case. Mr. Shim looks at the old file and finds similarities with the current situation. The last victim looks identical to Kim and makes him sure now that the old perpetrator is on the hunt again. It turns out that there is one victim that survived. To Mr. Shim's surprise, she is someone he knows, which is Ms. Mean. but she lost her memory, so the police couldn't get any clue from her. Park met the killer before when he killed his partner, but he wore a mask so he couldn't see his face well. Using Mr. Choi's investigation book, they start looking around the city to investigate all possible suspects. One day, Park sees the local doctor with his paralyzed wife. It reminds him of the killer. The doctor's name is Dr. Na, who recently moved to the area for medical volunteer work. They start to investigate him more and decide to break into his house when he is away. As Mr. Shim breaks into the house, Park tells Dr. Na to warn Mr. Shim if he returns home. Mr. Shim finds a suspicious locked room in the garden and tries to bust it open. Unfortunately, Park loses Dr. Na in the busy market. When he tries to look for him, the hoodlum gang approaches him to avenge what he did to them. Despite his age, the badass Park manages to beat them again. But the kid manages to stab him from the back. Meanwhile, Dr. Na catches Mr. Shim trying to open the locked room. But fortunately, the mad lad Park manages to come in time while holding his bloody stomach. As they open the door, it turns out that Dr. Na hides a garden of illegal poppy flowers that he grows as medicine for his paralyzed wife. Park can't accept the truth as he is sure that Dr. Na is the killer he met years ago. He ransacks the place and is about to shoot Dr. Na. Mr. Shim tries to stop him, but it is too late. Park already fired his gun. But something is not right. The weapon he brought turns out to be a toy gun, and Park acts weirdly. Mr. Shim finds a tag around Park's neck, which says that he is an Alzheimer patient. Is it all just Park's playing detective when his mind is deteriorating? Mr. Shim calls the number on the tag. The medical team from the hospital came to pick Park up. Park's son, who is also a police officer, thanks them and drives away with him. Mr. Shim apologizes to Dr. Na and goes back to his room. He contemplates in his room alone and remembers that Mr. Choi says that there is another elderly man that is still missing, so he goes to the man's house to investigate more. Meanwhile, police officer Lee also starts investigating the odd case. When Mr. Shim gets there, he finds the elderly man hanging from the ceiling. He also finds a key and a ripped cloth with a particular motive. He remembers that it belongs to one of his clients, who he duplicates key for at the start of the story. He quickly rushes to that man's place and breaks into the room. Inside, he finds pictures and details of elderly people in the area. Suddenly, he hears someone coming. Fortunately, it's police officer Lee. But he misunderstood the situation and arrested Mr. Shim. Mr. Shim scolds him and tells him to look for the evidence around them. They manage to get the identity of the killer, who works at the nearby train station. There, he finds the man. But they can't find Kim anywhere. Mr. Shim chases him when he runs away. But he loses him when he jumps the fence. Suddenly, a car appears out of nowhere and hits the man. Mr. Shim quickly comes to him to ask about Kim before he dies. But the man says he doesn't know anything about her. With the death of that man, the police closed the case. Kim is still missing, and Mr. Shim believes that there is another perpetrator, but the police don't believe him. He doesn't have any choice other than to ask the help of Ms. Mean. After some talk, she tells him that he can't see the kidnapper's face, but he has a strong smell and an extra finger on his hand. Mr. Shim then goes to visit Park and tells him what Ms. Mean told him, but Park's mind doesn't seem in the right place. As he is about to go back, he sees a flower in the room and remembers that Dr. Na grows poppy flowers with a strong smell. He pays Dr. Na a visit, saying that he needs a health checkup. He observes Dr. Na's hand and finds a surgery scar on his hand. He then stupidly confronts Dr. Na directly, but he underestimates him. Before Mr. Shim can act, Dr. Na bashes his head, then brings them to a secret room in the poppy garden where he locks Kim. As Park suspected, Dr. Na is the real killer from 30 years ago, and the man from the train station is only a copycat who he tries to put the blame on to make his crime a perfect crime. He plans to make Kim paralyzed and replace his wife with her. When Dr. Na is about to mutilate his wife, suddenly our boy Park appears. This time he brings a real gun. Mr. Shim helps unshackle Kim as Park quarrels with Dr. Na. When Park strangles him, Dr. Na manages to grab Park's gun and shoot him. He shoots his own wife, then chases Mr. Shim and Kim outside. They hide at a nearby construction site as Dr. Na pursues them. In another foolish attempt, Mr. Shim tries to hit him with a rock but fails. When Dr. Na is about to finish Mr. Shim, you won't believe who suddenly appears out of nowhere. The man. The legend. The myth park once again comes to the rescue. They struggle to hold Dr. Na a bit but eventually manage to beat him. The story ends with Mr. Shim at the hospital, enjoying his life with Kim and the lovely Ms. Mean by his side. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can watch more videos like this. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.